good evening. Leading our news tonight, a local man has been charged for assaulting a Niuean artist. The incident happened last Thursday morning at the artist's home in Liku. Police confirmed the man has been charged with common assault under Section 157 of the Niue Act 1966. Police have issued bail conditions for the man. There may be further charges laid against him as police are continuing investigations. Climate security, transnational crime and cyberbullying featured in discussions about the Pacific regionalism with the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat. According to Joel Nilon, the regional advisor, the forum leaders have elevated climate change as a key priority and include security of sovereignty and early warning systems. Human security and humanitarian assistance is also a key focus area, particularly in response to natural disasters. The team from the Secretariat says transnational crimes such as the use of illicit drugs has been flagged as an increasing concern, especially in the region and particularly in Tonga. While the use of illicit drugs is not a concern in Niue, there is a concern over cyberbullying. The draft law on cyber protection is still in draft form, which poses issues around lack of security for online users in Niue. Attendance at the consultation at that session included the Chief of Police, the Border Control and Crown Law officials. Close to 100 sailors from around the world have arrived in Niue as part of the World Ark voyage. About 26 yachts have sailed from the Cook Islands. These sailors are part of the World Ark, a round-the-world adventure taking place over 15 months and covering 26,000 nautical miles. 80 adult crew members and 14 children have arrived in Niue.
Yeah, so we came from the Galapagos via French Polynesia, and I have to say Niue is unlike any other of the islands that we visited. Just geographically, it's unique, and also the people have just been so warm and friendly. I mean, we've met friendly people all over the world, but here there's a particular warmth. They seem to envelop us, not just greet us, and it's wonderful. I think the most interesting aspect of it is you really feel like you're communing with nature. I mean, when we're out there, sailing next to the flying fish and the dolphins and everything, we feel like we're part of the environment. The drawback is sometimes it can go a little slowly. I compare our speeds. Our maximum speed is sometimes like a kid riding a bicycle. So we don't get anywhere fast. But actually that's a really nice change too, is we really get a chance to sort of be in wherever the space that we're in, and that's really nice.
I really liked on our boat we have these green swings, and then whenever we get into a port, almost the first thing I do is put the swings up and just swing back and forth from shroud to shroud.
So I really like it when we're sailing and it's nighttime. And there's so many stars, but there's also bioluminescence in the sea, but you can't see the horizon, so it basically looks like you're surrounded by stars. It's beautiful. And how we started is my dad just basically, for me, it was just like going on another holiday, but this one was like for a year.
The youngest sailor is a 5-year-old girl.
My favorite part about the sailing is in Galapagos. We saw little baby sea lions, and I saw one that was drinking milk from its mother.
And for this American couple, it's a first-time experience to sail across the seas.
Lara and Joe sent us an email telling us about their trip, and then they sent an itinerary. I work at a high school in Colorado, so I picked a place where it was going to be easier for me to take time off, and it has been a great experience. They have been they're so knowledgeable at what they do that it has made our jobs easier, but sailing is hard. Sailing is a very hard job, and I'm just glad that I had this opportunity. I'm very thankful for it. This is our third stop, third island, and you guys have been the most welcoming and accepting us and make us feel so at home here. So thank you so much.
I'm always up for an adventure, and she is too, which is probably why she married me. And so we've been learning a lot and experiencing old way of transportation that's been around for centuries and centuries and centuries, but we've never had the opportunity to experience because we live in the mountains of Colorado. So we're learning a lot, seeing beautiful places. We swam with sharks for the first time, and that was exciting, and now I think we're going to swim with snakes.
The next destination for the group is Vavau Tonga. The buzz of school children echoed across the fields today as Niue Primary School teachers eagerly awaited to commence the march and field events, noting the high energy levels already amongst the children. Several hundred parents and supporters filled the high school grounds anticipating the events ahead. The annual sports day commenced with the opening prayer by Reverend Nuka Tawevihi, followed by a speech by Niue Primary School Principal Carol Edwards. The march then proceeded with all four teams, Hahave, Malau, Tufu and Paeko, followed by a warm-up prior to the races. Trophies for the outstanding athletes were later distributed on the day. Upon the invitation of Maritime New Zealand, Swimming New Zealand Education Manager Chris Morgan is here on the island on a scoping visit for the possible adoption of a Water Skills for Life program currently practiced in New Zealand to be included here in Niue. Maritime New Zealand recognized the need after visiting Niue last year and speaking with national stakeholders, establishing the gaps in knowledge of swimming skills and water safety in Niue. As part of the wider Pacific Maritime Safety Program, Maritime New Zealand was able to bring Morgan to Niue to see whether the program would be suitable for Niue and what changes would be required. Morgan hopes that from the program, children learn skills to enjoy the swimming environment. In relation to implementing the program in schools, given the resources and support here in Niue, Morgan believes the process should be easy and a fantastic one for Niue. One of the biggest threats, she said, of drowning can be avoided by teaching children firsthand how to float. Developing and improving leadership in the public sector was the focus of a 2-day workshop attended by senior-level public servants. The Leadership Development Program was organized by the Public Service Commission. The objective of the training was to identify aspirations of Niuean public service leaders, collectively develop a contextually appropriate framework for leadership development in the Niuean public service, and identify actions for sustaining a leadership culture. The 2-day workshop was held at the Matavai Resort, which ended on Tuesday. And that's BCN News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Good night.